As human beings living on planet Earth, perception is reality. How people look at you is exactly how they will perceive you. What you say is what they're going to believe, and how you live your life is exactly how they're going to look at you. So there are so many ways in which we do things, say things, believe things, yet it's probably not exactly what the society expects from us. Do you understand what I mean? You are expected to live by certain principles or rules or guidelines in society and in our community, but you end up doing something completely differently. It might not necessarily be wrong or right, but that's exactly what you're doing. In this class today, we're going to look at the different societal image stereotypes. What are the things that are meant to be but have been camouflaged for something else? Stay in the class, and these three things are very, very important for you to know so that you are not stereotyped as you live in this life. Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching and attending class. I am so excited to know that you all are cheering not only me on, but even yourselves. When it comes to learning and knowledge acquisition, I can tell you it cannot be a one-man's band. I can never do this alone. If I did not know that you are there learning with me every week, I would never be able to even be inspired to wake up and do this. But just the thought of each one of you amazes me and gets me to my feet to say, no, Lo, you have to do this. So my name is Loy Kwagala. I am the founder of the Loy's Coaching Class, and I'm an author on the subject of image. Today we are going to be looking at 3 stereotypes that our society has branded as the ideal images, yet they are actually, let's see if they're not. The first one. Eloquence with intelligence. We study in school and we are pumped up with knowledge. Even right now, I'm pumping us up with knowledge and telling us, hey, your image should not move away from this part and go to this absolutely successful part. But let me ask you something. When you listen to somebody speaking, for example, we know that some of the eloquent speakers of our time, like the former president of the United States, Obama, he's a very eloquent man. Would you think that he's not intelligent? Exactly. You know other people that are even closer to you in physical life. When they speak, they say the right things, you know, they are articulate, they are so convincing, and you completely believe them. But does that mean that they're intelligent? Intelligence is quite not the opposite of eloquence, but it's pretty much not eloquence. There's so many intelligent people who are so poor at communication verbally. And those people hire people who are actually eloquent to make them look good. And that's why in life, the C students always employ the A students. Why would you think the A student shouldn't employ the C student? Because being intelligent, or the intellectual capacity of a human being, is not necessarily defined by eloquence. And that's what society has put in place. If somebody cannot speak well, if somebody cannot communicate well, either verbally or non-verbally, if somebody is not, proper the way society expects you, or school dictated that you should be, or education dictated that you should be, then you're rendered not intelligent. I'm here to encourage you today and tell you that no. The proper image of a human being, where you need to be so much cared about to be perceived, is intelligence, not eloquence. Yes, if God gave it to you that you speak well, and if you have worked so hard to learn how to speak and communicate verbally, that's amazing. But do not be deceived if you're an eloquent person to think that you are also intelligent, or the other way around. With intelligence, you don't need to persuade anybody. With eloquence, it is persuasive speaking. You believe them. That's why you see that so many conmen or people that are into theft and, all those habits that involve speaking and lying and cheating, they speak well, they are very eloquent. So you need to have another sense to understand this person is not necessarily intelligent, but going back to the basic principles and analyzing and questioning everything that they are doing. So the societal image of eloquence has been image has been turned into eloquence. And I'm only telling you that eloquence cannot replace intelligence. Intelligence is irreplaceable. Seek to understand, seek wisdom, and seek knowledge. The second one is prophecy and practice. When we are in school, we're always prophesied upon. oh, this child is very brilliant. They seem to probably work hard and be a doctor. You work hard and be a doctor, work hard and be a lawyer. Even our own parents see a certain future in us, our friends, everyone around us, until we're older. And when you're a Christian, it even becomes super evident that this word and this man of God is going to speak this word over your life. You're going to pray things over your life. You're going to use the Bible to prophesy upon your life. But let me tell you, practice is what brings the prophecy to pass. Actions and doing. When you have that prophecy upon your life since you were a child, and the dreams and the aspirations, they're not tangible. And you have faith and hope that one day I'm going to become these things. I'm going to fulfill these things upon my life. When you do not attach action to your faith, which is the practice, there are very many chances that it's going to still be stereotyped that, oh wow, that person was meant to be this, That person, oh, they seem to have the potential to become this. But because you're not practicing, you're not going to fulfill that prophecy. So society will always replace the prophecy with the practice. That's why people take delight in, you have the potential, you're capable, you're going to do this. Those are all futuristic, comments. They should, yes, encourage you, but you should also understand that the truth which is going to bring them to reality is the practice. Take those baby steps to that dream. Take those baby steps to that word that the man of God spoke upon your life. Take the baby steps to all those things that your teachers and parents and relatives and friends saw in you. Plus maybe your current boss or clients. Take baby steps and practice and attach action to your faith. So that society does not stereotype your endeavors for prophecy. But rather they're like, yes, we knew that he would become. We knew that she would become. We knew that this person was aiming higher. We knew that wealth is indeed their portion. And the same way God wants us to live. You should not live by the beauty of his word and what he says. You're fearfully and wonderfully made, and all you do is wake up to not shower, you don't brush your teeth. How can you be fearfully made when you're not doing the practice? So prophecies are very important. We have them in our society from all corners, but we have to attach practice. So the stereotype is prophecy for practice. You need to always practice so that you're not looked at as the talker and not the doer, or the going but not the goer, the person that is always going somewhere, but they never get to any destination and part of their lives. The third and last stereotype is material things over happiness. Material things with happiness. It has been swapped. Everybody thinks that for you to be happy, you need to have that big bungalow, drive a Mercedes-Benz or BMW or, all those Porsche cars, travel the world and have people in the high places that have all the PhDs of this world. Yes, if life has granted you those opportunities, why not? But never ever be blinded enough to think that those can be replaced with happiness. It can never be. Joy and happiness are a fruit of your internal being. They are not a fruit of material gain. You can say that you were born with joy, peace, and happiness and love within you. God gave it to you. You are not born with a car. You are not born with a house. You are not born with whatever you call beauty and riches and all these material gains that we work for. They're going to go away. But one thing that you wouldn't want to ever lose is happiness. When people look at us today and grade wealth and riches, they only consider so much of the material things, but they do not know that the truth is the happiness that lies within somebody's heart. Your joy within you, your peace within you, and your what can I call it? The love that you have for self and for others. You realize that people say, well, that man is not rich, doesn't have anything, but he's a happy person, or that woman, or that young lady, any person. And you would wonder why the people living in the villages probably are not as, ill with these chronic and terminal diseases like the people living in the cities and, accessing all the, what we call good food in the city life according to rich people. You eat all the junk in this world. And at the end of the day, the hospital bill is crazy. And whatever you have worked for is going to end up being meaningless in a short time. The other person, they can't afford all those things or probably don't even know them, but they're content and have a happiness within them. When God grants you the opportunity to travel the world, to build that dream house, to have that car, and I'm not against those things, I completely agree that we all need to live that life, and have a certain level of lifestyle according to how you look at it and how you work, but never mistake it for happiness. Everything society calls happiness is no happiness. What you identify as happiness, that thing that you have within you that you care never to lose, that is it. Your internal image contributes so much to coming against all these stereotypes. Once you accept within your heart and within your mind and within your soul and spirit that this is what I am made of, this is the lifestyle I'm pursuing, I am not going to let my intelligence be mistaken for eloquence. I'm not going to let my practice and hope and faith in life be mistaken for the prophecies and words that people say or even comments. I am not going to let my happiness be traded for material things. Then believe me, you're going to live a life that is very satisfying and very fulfilling. Wake up every day to tell yourself, I'm not going to allow to be stereotyped by the society. Perception is reality. I completely agree with that statement. But let me tell you, you can also choose a real reality that will be perceived in reality. Does that make sense? A real reality, live in the truth of who you are. And then you will be perceived in the truth of who you are. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Keep those comments coming on each and every one of the videos that you have watched. Stay in class by being on the Facebook page, which is Lois Coaching Class. And on Twitter and Instagram, I use my name, Loy Kwagala. It will be very good to know that you're there. Like, put the thumbs up, and don't forget to click on that notification bell to receive our weekly class as and when they are uploaded. Cheers, stay well, and goodbye.